This is TNT Sports, home of NASCAR's Race to the Championship.
TNT Sports welcomes you to the New England 300, presented by Stacker 2 for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Sunny skies, a packed house, and 43 drivers ready for a 317-mile chase. Hi, everybody, I'm Bill Weber. Welcome back to the New Hampshire International Speedway. In the last 8 races, 8 different winners. In the first half of this season, 13 different winners, and a lot of miles still to go. Now, Ricky Craven isn't the only guy who considers this his home track. Here's another to call the New England 300, Alan Bestwick.
All right, Bill, thanks. That's true. Rhode Island's own. Welcome to New England. Welcome to TNT's coverage of the New England 300. The 1973 Winston Cup champ Benny Parsons joins me for today's race. BP, the #1 topic of discussion in the garage. How will the design changes to this racetrack affect the competition?
And no one really and truly knows. They're all hoping for the best, hoping they'll be able to pass. We talked to Dale Jarrett on the wagon. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to use some pit strategy to get up there. We talked to Bobby Labonte. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to use some pit strategy to get to the front. There's another car starting in the back, the 21 car. Elliott Sadler, who was very, very strong in happy hour yesterday. I think all teams and all of us will be watching those 3 cars just to see what passing is going to be like. Can they get to the front?
I like it.
Is there someone missing here?
Yeah, I'm sure everybody wants to know where's Wally. Yeah. I know he came back from St. Louis with me because he was on the airplane. Wally, where are you?
Down here, Alan.
Where?
Well, I'm about halfway down the grid. I'm in a bright yellow car. I couldn't run my Roush car this weekend because I was in St. Louis with you, so I came here early in the garage area, and I bummed a ride. This is what I wound up with.
They gave you the keys to the pace car?
Can you imagine that?
They don't know what they got into.
Wally, I think you need to buckle a seatbelt if you're going to go 45, 50 miles per hour now.
I got 45, 50 mile an hour. I got you guys talking to me, NASCAR talking to me, and I got to do all this at the same time. You all know better than that. I can only do one thing at a time, so hope I don't mess it up.
All right, make sure you do get out of the way. Wouldn't be beyond him to try and sneak his way into the race in somebody else's car.
I will be the first car out today, no question about that.
All right, we'll see you up here in a little bit. Coming up next, the opening ceremony and the start of the New England 300 here at New Hampshire International Speedway.
Stacker 2 presents the New England 300 on TNT. Today's race is brought to you by Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner. Burn fat, crush cravings, and supercharge your energy. By Pep Boys. Pep Boys, we're car people. By Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. This Bud's for you. And by UPS, official delivery company of NASCAR. We want to race the truck. People love the truck.
101,000 New Englanders have wrapped up the tailgate parties and filled the Speedway's grandstands. The New England 300 is moments away. Let's go trackside.
Now to give the command that will send the field on its way in the New England 300 is our Grand Marshal from General Motors, Sue Sieglund.
On behalf of all the General Motors owners and our dealers, gentlemen, start your engines.
Will the race be a wreck fest? Will the tempers flare like last November? The answer to these and other questions coming up next. A perfect day in New England for NASCAR Winston Cup Racing. The New England 300 presented by Stacker 2 before another sellout crowd at New Hampshire International Speedway. I'm so jealous.
Of what?
Wally. I mean, you're a Winston Cup champion. You've driven around these racetracks. I would love to be driving that pace car right now.
See, he didn't even buckle his seat belt.
Yeah, I got it buckled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have it buckled. Got the lap belt on.
There you go. Do a good job now. All right, done a lot of talking about this racetrack, BP, in reality. Let's do it in virtuality, too, if that's such a word.
We'll take one more chance to go inside the track changes inside our EA Sports NASCAR Thunder 2003. Everyone has agreed that the start and restarts are going to be the most exciting time, because you're going to be on the bottom either by purpose or by fate. One way or the other, you're going to be on the bottom of the racetrack. If you're not down there, you're just going to be in a very interested spectator as to what goes on. If you get down there and find that you can pass, hey, you've got a clear sailing all day long. You may be the one hoisting the trophy, and I'm number one in victory lane.
Yeah, he's got a neat uniform.
65!
Bill Elliott was the fastest qualifier for the third time this year. His 54th career Bud Pole Award earned on Friday from Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, proud sponsor of the Bud Pole Award given to the fastest qualifier at each Winston Cup race. Anheuser-Busch is awarded more than $7 million as the title sponsor of NASCAR's Pole Award program. And now the Walmart starting grid for today's New England 300 presented by Stacker 2. Mike Skinner, great qualifying run for the Morgan McClure team. He'll share the front row with Bill.
And on the inside of row 2 is Rusty Wallace. And Bobby Labonte crashed in practice. Will have to go to the back of the field, giving up that 4th spot.
Dave Blaney and that 77 team, they've been running better and better every week. A lot of folks think they could have a good one today.
Ryan Newman on the inside had some kind of problem with a wheel on his qualifying tire. We'll have to check on that later.
If Ricky Craven gets to the front, the New England native, you will hear a roar from this crowd. Unbelievably loud, right over the top of all those engines.
And there's a great row, row 6. Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart. Winner could well come from that row.
Jimmy Johnson, leading rookie this season so far, going to go from row 7 with Jeremy Mayfield, and Jerry Nadeau continuing to sub for Johnny Benson. Or subbing for Johnny Benson, starting this week, I should say, in that 10 car.
There's another great row, row 9. Sterling Marlin, the points leader on the outside. Mark Martin in second, and the points on the inside.
Terry Labonte, Ken Schrader in row number 10. Jeff Burton, one of the most successful drivers in this track's history, going to come from row number 11 today. Frankie Stoddard, his crew chief, told me this morning their car feels back like it did when they were so dominant here.
And on the outside of row 13 is last year's winner, Robbie Gordon. Robbie, Benny Parsons up at TNT. You got me? Well, we just talked to him a moment ago.
Hit him again.
Robbie Gordon, Benny Parsons, do you read me?
Kenny, how are you?
I'm great. You won this thing last fall. Can you do it today?
We had a really, really good car in happy hour yesterday. Very fast on old tires. I think the singular team can win today.
Have you been down on the new groove, on the bottom groove? Can you pass down there, Robbie?
Did a little bit of that yesterday, trying to pass people. The way we're going to have to do that is we're going to have to diamond the corner up there at turn 3 and come across that flat and try to get underneath them, head down into turn 1.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks, Penny.
Robbie Gordon coming from the 26th starting spot. He started 31st when he won here last November. So there you go, the 43 drivers ready to take the green flag 3/4 of a lap from now. Marty?
Well, Alan, it's been a difficult week at best for Kyle Petty. Remember, he lost his son, Adam, here at this track 2 years ago in May. He said it doesn't get any better. It will never get any better to come to New Hampshire. Wife Patty will never come back to this racetrack. But some good news, all 3 cars are running well. They might get the first top 5 of the year. To Matt.
Marty, the top 2 drivers in points, Sterling Marlin and Mark Martin, start in row 9. Martin should have the edge here at New Hampshire with an average finish of 8.6 compared to Marlin's 20.5. 49 markers out of first. Martin looking to make a push. Both drivers have never won here. Both looking for the first Winston Cup championship. Dave?
Crew Chief Billy Wilburn says Rusty Wallace is as happy this week as he was unhappy last week when he finished 1 lap down in 25th spot. Alan?
Rusty starting 3rd. Pace cars off. Wally made it safe. 300 laps of racing. NASCAR on TNT is back. Watch that inside lane.
That's right. Let's see that big dive to the bottom of the racetrack. And they're all trying to get up to the racetrack that was here last year. No one is trying to use the inside. Oh, Rusty Wallace. Where did he come from? It's Skinner on the outside with the lead.
Bill Elliott with a little stumble off turn 2. Mike Skinner leads lap 1. When's the last time he led a race? When's the last time that team led a race?
Oh, and Skinner goes in turn 1 and gets too high and goes back to 2nd, 3rd, maybe 4th. Oh, no.
Dave Blaney in the 77.
It's been so long that Skinner got all excited.
Oh, Blaney sideways.
There's 3 of them.
Oh, and everybody gets by. Blaney went in and tried to use that inside lane underneath Skinner going into 3, and it looked like the car didn't stick.
Okay, question asked, question answered.
Yes, sir. It's going to be tough down in that bottom lane. Early caution here in the New England 300 presented by Stacker 2. Dave Blaney crashed in turn 3. Didn't take long for the first caution flag to wave in the New England 300. Mike Skinner, Dave Blaney racing for 3rd into turn number 3.
All right, let's take a look. There we see, we said that the yellow 77 car. They go down in the corner on the inside. Skinner in the 4 car. Blaney it's just too flat down there. We thought maybe they'd be able to use it. He spins up. The 12 of Ryan Newman, the 17 of Matt Kenseth. Both of those cars do not make contact, but do lose a lot of track position.
Almost looked like from the way Skinner ran into that turn that he was expecting Blaney to go below that first broken line and use that inside lane, and Blaney didn't want to.
No, he didn't want to. He was hoping that Skinner would go up the racetrack and give him a little bit more room. Did not happen, but again, Skinner was in the groove. Blaney was trying to make the pass, and I tell you what, he made some pretty good contact with the outside retaining wall.
And has been on pit road for repairs, and we're set to go back racing. Rusty Wallace leads. Bill Elliott is 2nd. Mike Skinner 3rd. Tony Stewart and Ricky Rudd round out the top 5 on the break, minus the accident car of Blaney.
Hey, Dave, what'd they do to 77? How bad is it?
Well, they pounded. They think the rear end is out of alignment. Dave said over the radio, at 60 miles an hour, I can't get the thing even to operate. So they'll be coming back in for sure. I wanted to tell you, though, that Dave was having real trouble with the car since he qualified at 5th. They had not found the setup yesterday, and they didn't know what they'd have when they started the race. Of course, the contact didn't help.
Hey, a little bit of contact that time between Bill Elliott in the 9, Rusty Wallace in the deuce, and here goes Tony Stewart on the outside. Tony making a brave move on the outside of Mike Skinner.
Nobody's venturing below that first broken white line, though, which was the old bottom of the racetrack.
Huh?
Rudd is.
He's going back up in the racetrack now.
This is for 3rd place, Tony Stewart. The number 3 spot. Here comes Ricky Craven in that 32 underneath Rudd. Matt?
Well, Alan is currently running in the 6th position, trying to make a run on the 28. Ricky came on the radio under that caution and told his crew chief there is no grip on the bottom on the racetrack. The car is moving around a lot, and I like it that there's no grip on the bottom at this juncture.
Tell you what, there we see Jeremy Mayfield in 19 on the inside of Bobby Hamilton. Here comes Sterling Marlin. And in practice yesterday, the 55 car was the fastest car. Right now, he has lost a couple of spots.
Hamilton started 10th. Picked up a couple on the break. Now, contact there.
Contact between Jeff Gordon and the 15. Michael came off turn 2, got the car just a little bit sideways as he corrected. I think he just touched the 24 in the right fender, right quarter panel.
Said on countdown to green, you thought we might see some fenders wrinkled up today.
I think we're going to see more before this day's over.
We just got started and we've wrinkled a few.
But so far, I've been impressed. These guys have been able to pass. They can't do it on the bottom of the racetrack where we thought they could, but it has opened up the racetrack just a little bit.